If I could just hug that daughter, like, I just feel so bad for her, and I just want her to know that I did everything I could. Those other people did everything they could.
According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Simpson was shot and killed after becoming upset because a woman she held the door open for didn't say thank you. The argument started at the store Five Below Tuesday and then spilled over to the PetSmart in the same South Oak Cliff shopping center off Wheatland Road. Investigators say 22-year-old Kiana Hampton followed Simpson and her daughter into the PetSmart. Employees there asked them to leave.
October 7th, 2025. Wheatland Town Crossing Shopping Center in Dallas, Texas. It's a Tuesday afternoon, and the parking lot is filled with cars. Families are running errands, picking up pet supplies, browsing for bargains. Just another ordinary day. But for one mother, this ordinary day would be her last. What if I told you that holding a door open for someone, a simple act of kindness most of us do without thinking, could lead to your death? What if I told you that 21 minutes was all it took for a comment about manners to end in murder? This is the story of Cecilia Simpson. A story that's going to make you question everything about how we handle conflict in this country. Stay tuned as we reveal everything about this case. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this story. Welcome to our channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like and share this video to help raise awareness and spread caution. Let's begin.
This afternoon, some new information has come to light about a deadly shooting that happened in front of a Dallas business yesterday afternoon. Doug Dunbar is in the newsroom, and Doug, court records indicate that this all started because something wasn't said.
As crazy as it sounds, you are correct, Karen, and it appears it was as simple as an unsaid thank you. Wrap your head around that, but there's more to it in the arrest affidavit that we have gone through. So in the affidavit, 41-year-old Cecilia Simpson held the door open for the now suspect, and that is 22-year-old Kiana Hampton. And the affidavit says that Hampton then got upset because Simpson didn't say thank you for her holding the door. Well, words were then exchanged right outside that storefront, and then the two and a witness, so three in total, ended up going to a different store in the same shopping area. This is on Wheatland Road. More words then are exchanged there, and according to the affidavit, Hampton then threw a drink bottle towards Simpson and a witness, and it was at that point that everything became physical. The witness steps away, according to the affidavit, and then Hampton pulls out a gun and fired 3 shots. Simpson was hit, and she later died from her injuries. And the affidavit states that Kiana Hampton then left the area, but she was found and stopped nearly 7 hours after the shooting and was arrested. And today she is now charged with murder. And last item of note, according to the affidavit, Hampton told officers that she was just trying to get Simpson away from her when she took out her gun and fired those shots.
Cecilia, known as Cece, to those who loved her, was a 41-year-old mother of 2. She worked as a pharmacy technician, helping people every day. Her family remembers her as someone who loved big and had a big heart. She was a daughter, a sister, an aunt. On that Tuesday afternoon, she was out shopping with her teenage daughter, doing what millions of us do every week, running errands, spending time together, living life. Her son, Deron Williams, would later say, "It's like a bad dream that I can never wake up from." Because what happened to his mother that day shouldn't happen to anyone. Here's how it started. Cecilia was leaving Five Below when she held the door open for a stranger, 22-year-old Kiana Hampton. Hampton walked through without acknowledging her. No thank you, no nod, nothing. Cecilia became upset and confronted her about it. Words were exchanged. Most of us have been there, right? Someone's rude. We say something, maybe we get an attitude back, and then we move on with our day. But this didn't end there. Cecilia and her daughter got in their car and drove across the shopping center to PetSmart. They probably thought it was over. They were wrong. Hampton followed them. Think about that for a second. Instead of going in her car, going home, moving on with her day, Hampton decided to follow this mother and daughter to another store. The confrontation was escalating and fast. When Cecilia and her daughter entered PetSmart, they told employees they were being followed by Hampton. They were trying to get help. They knew something was wrong. But Hampton walked right into the store and began arguing with Cecilia's daughter, a teenager. She then left, but returned several minutes later. PetSmart employees had enough and asked all parties to leave the store. Multiple people were now involved, trying to defuse the situation. But Hampton wasn't done. An ER nurse who happened to be there that day witnessed what happened next. She said Hampton was yelling, "Come outside. Let's handle this outside. Let's fight outside," while the mom and daughter were just telling her to go away. Cecilia and her daughter tried to leave. They walked to their car. They were trying to drive away and end this madness. But then, Hampton threw a drink bottle at their vehicle. That was the point of no return. Cecilia got out of the car and walked over to Hampton. The argument turned into a physical fight. Cecilia's daughter told police that her mother struck Hampton several times while yelling at her to leave her alone. This was a mother defending herself, trying to make this woman stop harassing her and her child. But then everything changed in an instant. When Cecilia's daughter stepped back from the fight, Hampton pulled out a black and silver handgun in broad daylight in a crowded parking lot with witnesses everywhere. She fired 3 shots at Cecilia Simpson. Cecilia fell to the ground. Her daughter started screaming. People were running, calling 911, frozen in shock. The ER nurse who had witnessed everything immediately dropped to the ground and began performing CPR. She was fighting to save Cecilia's life right there on the hot pavement of a PetSmart parking lot. She later said, "The daughter was next to her mom the whole time. The screaming of a child for her mother is never easy, and it's never going to leave my head." Paramedics arrived. They rushed Cecilia to the hospital. Doctors and nurses did everything they could, but Cecilia Simpson was pronounced dead at Methodist Central Hospital. A mother, gone. Over a thank you that was never said. Before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where something small, a rude comment, a perceived disrespect, escalated quickly? How did you handle it? Did you walk away, or did pride keep you there? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your experience might help someone else recognize when it's time to walk away. It could literally save a life. Please subscribe. We don't just cover cases for views. We tell these stories because they contain lessons that matter. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what comes next. Now, let's hear from the people who were there that day and the family that lost everything.
The shooter was telling them, "Come outside, like, let's handle it outside, like, let's fight outside." And the mom and the daughter were kind of just like telling her to like go away.
This 27-year-old nurse, who asked that we not use her name, had just walked out of this PetSmart store located off West Wheatland Road in the southeast Oak Cliff area of Dallas Tuesday afternoon when she noticed 2 women, one with her 20-year-old daughter, arguing in the parking lot. Moments later, she heard gunshots.
But the mom and daughter tried to like get in their car and like de-escalate the situation, but the lady wasn't having it. So they ended up starting to fight. And then that's when the lady pulled out her gun and shot her. The daughter was next to the mom the whole time. She it's hard because the screaming of a child for her mother is never easy, and it's never gonna leave my head.
The seats in this yard hold heavy hearts.
It's like a bad dream that I can never wake up from.
Each one of them holding on to a memory of Cecilia Simpson.
It just don't feel real. It don't feel real.
And her son just wishing he could feel his mother's presence again.
One day you wake up with your mom next to your side, and the next day it's quiet. You can't see her no more.
Cecilia died on Tuesday after she was shot at this PetSmart on Wheatland. After Dallas police say a simple act of kindness, holding the door open for a stranger, led to a shooting. Police say 22-year-old Kiana Hampton is charged with her murder.
You took her from us for no reason.
Court records say on October 7th, Cecilia held the door open for Hampton and got upset for her, quote, not saying thank you as they were leaving a store called Five Below. The argument carried over into PetSmart, where court records say Cecilia told staff Hampton was following her.
She walked away from her more than one time, and she kept on.
The argument then continued into the parking lot and turned into a physical altercation. Court records say Hampton allegedly threw a drink bottle at Cecilia, then pulled out a gun.
What provoked her to continue to engage with my mom?
And in their time of mourning, her family, they wanted you to know this.
This tragedy is all over the news. We want them to know who she was.
Cecilia was a mother of two, a sister, a daughter, a cousin, an aunt. And she loved to help people.
She was a person.
She loved her family. She loved big. She had a big heart.
And it's that love that they're choosing to hold on to.
So what happened to Kiona Hampton? The entire incident was captured on surveillance video, and cell phone footage. There were witnesses everywhere. This wasn't a mystery. Police found Hampton's car, a black 2005 Ford 500 with visible damage, at an apartment complex on John West Road in Dallas. She was spotted on a balcony, still wearing the same clothes from the shooting. That same evening, around 7:45 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on Trail Glen Drive and arrested Kiona Hampton. She waived her rights and admitted everything. The argument at Five Below and PetSmart, entering the store twice, throwing the drink bottle at Cecilia's car, fighting with Cecilia, and pulling out the gun and shooting her. But Hampton claimed self-defense. She told police she was just trying to get Simpson away from her. Let that sink in. She followed Cecilia and her daughter across a shopping center. She entered PetSmart twice to confront them. She threw a drink at their car when they tried to leave, and then she claimed self-defense. The evidence doesn't support that claim. Not even close. And it turns out this wasn't Hampton's first time being arrested for violence. She had previously been arrested for assaulting a family member. Kiona Hampton is currently being held at Dallas County Jail on a $100,000 bond. She's facing murder charges, and she should. But here's what really gets me about this case. It didn't have to happen. Not any of it. Cecilia's family made it clear. She walked away from her more than one time, but Hampton kept on. Think about all the moments where this could have ended differently. After the comment at Five Below, both women could have gone their separate ways. When Cecilia drove to PetSmart, Hampton could have gone her own car and left. When store employees intervened, that should have been the end of it. When Cecilia and her daughter tried to drive away, Hampton could have let them go. But at every single moment, someone chose pride over peace. And I'm not just talking about Hampton here. Cecilia also made choices. When Hampton threw that drink bottle, Cecilia got out of the car. She walked over to confront her. She threw punches. I'm not saying she deserved what happened. Absolutely not. But this case shows us how quickly things can go from bad to deadly when no one backs down. The ER nurse who tried to save Cecilia's life said it best. The mother and daughter tried to get in the car to de-escalate the situation, but the lady wasn't having it sometimes. Walking away isn't enough when the other person refuses to let end. And that's terrifying. A cashier from Five Below who had just checked out Cecilia said, "It's just sad, when you see somebody and you just seen them and then the next minute they're dead. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it." 3 words that sum up this entire tragedy. The pain this has caused Cecilia's family is unimaginable. Her mother, Leslie Wickware, said, "I would never forget those screams. I would never forget the screams when she was calling me, telling me her mother got shot, the screams in the emergency room when the doctor told us she didn't make it." Cecilia's sister, Monica Nelson, said, "I haven't been able to sleep much. It's just unreal to lose your only sibling this way." And speaking directly to Hampton, their mother said, "You have taken their mother from them. You took my daughter. You took her sister. You took her aunt, their cousin. You took her from us for no reason. For no reason." The family called Cecilia's murder senseless, and they're absolutely right. So let me ask you, what do you think could have prevented this? Was there a single moment where everything could have changed? And I want to know where you're watching from. What state, what country? Are conflicts like this becoming more common where you live? Because this isn't just a Dallas problem. This is happening everywhere. Drop your location and your thoughts in the comments. And if this story impacted you, if you think someone needs to hear this message about walking away and choosing life over pride, hit that like button. It helps this video reach more people. Share it, because maybe, just maybe, it'll stop the next tragedy before it starts. 21 minutes. That's how long it took from a door being held to a mother lying dead in a parking lot. Cecilia's son, Duran, is left asking questions that will haunt him forever. What was she thinking? What was going through her mind? Why did she have to follow my mom? What provoked her to continue to engage with my mom? Those questions will never have satisfying answers. But here's what we can control: our own reactions, our own pride, our own choices. Cecilia Simpson held the door open as an act of kindness. She deserved a thank you. She deserved respect. She deserved to go home to her children that night. Instead, she's gone, and a family is left picking up pieces that will never fit back together. Don't let pride cost you everything. Don't let ego write a check your life has to cash. When you feel that anger rising, when someone disrespects you, when you want to prove you're not going to be pushed around, remember Cecilia. Remember her children. Remember that being alive and wrong is better than being dead and right. Choose to walk away. Choose life. Rest in peace, Cece. Your story will save lives.